How you doing, people? This is another video that we're just gonna do in reference to my home theater's journey. And not only that one is there an improvement that I've been doing uh, quite some time now in reference to my subwoofers, my stage. I work with the JBL system right on the front stage. They come out pretty good. Those 315s out there. All right. I have some 15s on front and 18s on the back, but I'm going to show you in a short time what will be my next project that I'm planning to do. And we're going to go around a little bit to the changes they do and things they're going to come. They haven't arrived yet. But I'm just going to tell you what it is first before I put it in. And when I finish putting in the next video, I will show you how the performance is and why the reason I come up with those ideas. And maybe those ideas it will be helpful for you guys as it's worked for me. All right. So far, the system is considered in about 14 surround speakers. Actually, when I said 14 speaker, which means my front, my center, I'm sorry, my left and right, and also all of my surround around is equivalent to about 14 speakers. All right. Now, what we have is above the head, we have four speakers. All my system is BMW except my front stage speakers and the woofers, but the rest of it is BMW system. So I got four speakers right on center, right shooting on my main seating position. But also I have the M1 speaker, which is in the corner. I will show you that in short. I'm still waiting for another set that coming from England. I got the one on the rear. Now I'm going to put the one on the front. And I'm going to show you what I did that and if it's necessary or it's not necessary. All right. But I'm going to go ahead and go around a little bit what it is. So let's go ahead and stand it up and show you a little bit. Let's see what this system doing so far and how it works. All right. Let me go ahead and try to put a little background so you guys can see a little bit what we did. So far we have a front two 15-inch woofer and a seal enclosure. So what we're gonna do with that seal enclosure is I'm gonna put on my front stage another section of woofers that's gonna be going. Let me go ahead and show you the woofers real quick because that's the best way to work with. Those woofers weight
Now, all of this
about
is to
let's
know
see if
that
we
will
can see
inevitably
right
come up
here.
here around the point of all the extra
You see that
framing around
here?
the ceiling. This is for aesthetic purposes
Let me
to,
turn this
one,
down
add to the
for a little
experience
bit.
by separating the
Let me
seating
show this
portion of the
down a
room
little
from the
bit
rest of the
and
room,
see what's
and
going
two, to
on.
create an illusion of a downward sloping ceiling that.
All right, let's continue with this one. And before that one, we'll just go ahead and put some music or anything like that. Those woofers that I have over here, I had it for a long time. Used to compete with them. Uh, it's called Digital Designer. They weigh close to about 100 pounds. It's somewhere around there. Okay, they have some big magnet on it, and it give you a big impact on the base it stand for. So actually, I'm gonna build this one on the ceiling closer, based on how all my woofers seal instead of porter. I can porter this one, and believe me, I don't need more woofers because once upon a time I used to compete with this kind of woofers during time, and I was doing about 175 decibel with four of these baby. Okay, of course we use a lot of amplification, but I'm not gonna go to details at this time. But I'm gonna show you this one. Those are huge magnet, and it weigh like I said before, close to about 100 pounds. Okay, to be able to build this one, it had to be a very solid box. It had to be on the dual layer 3/4 inch to support that kind of weight and pressure that this one does. All right. So this one is gonna go. Let's go on my stage right here. I got my front. I got my center, my left, and my right here. And I got a gap over here. I'm gonna put 115 right up, 115 right down right here, and I got my my 215s that you see right here, right on the bottom. And I'm going to keep that one in the same spot that it is. So actually, I'm going to run at this point. I'm going to run 5 15-inch woofers. Those woofers is going to be controlled with a Class D amplifier, which I put it right here. I don't know if you can see. I got it right here. Haven't mounted yet on the box. I'm not sure if I put on the box based on the weight of these speaker. That's so heavy. So this one normally going on the back of the box. Okay, so I'm probably gonna do this one, and it's a Class D amplifier, doing somewhere approximately 700 RMS. 700 RMS, I would say it's getting close to about 1,000 wattage. Not even quite, but it's getting close to that. So we're gonna run each one of those with a single 1,000 watt, and of course my 15 on the bottom is running a 2,000 watt amplifier that I got over here by QSC. So pretty much this one is what we have right here. So continue with this journey. As I mentioned before, I'm going to have five 15s woofers on the front stage, and I will keep those 418s, which I got right here. I got 418s on the back, right on the bottom. All right. But let me go ahead and talk to you now with something different. Those are what we're going to have on the front stage. 515s on front, 418s on the back, and I got the 2.8 continue on the wall. So this is a combination somewhere between we have what, 5 4 9 11. We got like 11 subs in here. Now a lot of people say, well, why do you need so much subs? Well, I had it. And I'm a person not take things out. Like I said before, I add things, but I don't take things out. Of course, they have to be doing a little modification by bringing the volume on the amplification lower, so they can be work together. But this is a tuning that are gonna, after we put it in, we're gonna work on it. So it's not to overpower the room. What I like to have is a complete feel. There's tweeters in there, there's woofer in here, there are mid basses in here. I want a complete level sound. All right. Of course, you bring the value up, things can be shaking. Of course, you got so many woofer out, but if when you level and you tune in properly, those, instead of being a lot of output, it will give you a complete smooth sound. And those woofers that I have right here, those digital designer, it will do the job. A lot of people tell me before, why you put the 18s on front? Of course, I can do the 18 on front. But one thing I had to do is, basically, I got almost 150-inch screen here. Basically, I got a 150-inch screen here. I don't like to bring the screen so high. I like to see a level, especially on the front stage. Okay, on the back stage, I don't have any issue. Basically, the front stage is pretty high. So I like to watching eye contact. And by putting those 18s right on front, no matter what I had to do, I had to elevate the screen a little high. I never tested, but now that I got those digital designers, I tested, and it worked perfectly. Those woofers are very, very powerful, especially if you put a porter. All right, but basically I'm gonna do seals. It's gonna give you a good high sound quality, and that is what I'm looking for. So it's gonna be the 15-inch woofer here, which is my left, my center, and my right, and the two high, one lower, one high down there, and also the 15-inch on the back. But now let's go ahead and talk about the ammo speakers. I got two ammo speakers right shooting right on my sitting position area. and I'm gonna show you right down here. Maybe you can see it. It's a little bit light. Let me see if I can put the light a little up a little bit. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is I got it's gonna be 8 speakers above this room. So in other words, I have 4 in the center, shooting right in my main position. I got my aim one. Let's see if I can uh, uh, point it in the way that I can see it. Uh, right there. All right, we have 2 on the back right here, and I'm still waiting the another 2, which is gonna go to the another end right above there. All right, and 1 another corner. So I'm gonna have 4 in the corner, 2 and 4 on the center. That mean is I don't losing any gap. Base I have these BMW's ceiling speaker shooting on my main sitting position. All right, but it's a little gap, which is that gap right there. It will come and shooting right there on my left side C and my right side C. So this is pretty good because I got the ammo sound, which is helicopters and bomb or whatever it is coming out, it covered every single gap in here. All right. So by having like this, it will cover every area. So right now, these particular system is running 14 speakers. It gives me about 11 subwoofers. All right, let me see if I got it right. 5 and 4, so 9. That's correct. That's 11 subwoofers. And also, I have 8 ammo speakers above. Okay, those are the combination that I have in this room. Now, the question is, why you need all that? Well, because I have it. It's nothing that I invested more money on it. Was equipment that had it on other home theater I have. And I said, let me go ahead and see how adding those speakers, what they do. And it's gonna give me some feedback, it's gonna give me some back noise, it's not gonna work properly. But now that I start putting things together and calibrating and things like that. And with my DSP down there, I'm probably gonna get me another DSP base I got for 4 woofers, and now I'm using a split it on the DSP so I can give me more woofers on it. All right, which is it works. But let me see if I can go ahead and get me another DSP another time. But at this point, that's what I have, and I'm gonna test in those woofers. I still haven't built the box, and it's gonna be an excellent stage on that one because it have the horns. I got some big horn JBLs in there with the 315s. That is my front stage speakers. And now with the complement of these subs, it will be awesome. Of course, if I really want to go to high deviation, I can do that, but this is not my concern. My concern is not is to have a system that can give me 170 dB in the house. It don't make any sense. You cannot listen that properly. But if you have a nice solid bass and a uh, uh, clean speakers, things is gonna be smooth. Remember, subwoofers are not directional. I mean, you can place a sub in some corners and it's still feeling because it's not directional like the regular speaker. But when you tuning those speakers combined together and then putting proper value on it, and you put these things up, the movies or the music, it will come out very clean and solid. And the reason I use a solid box versus of uh, uh, Porter. Port woofer, you need to tuning in such frequency response so they can actually operate properly. But when you seal the enclosure, you don't have that issue. On that issue is gone because on the seal box it can go any frequency of sound, so it don't make any difference. So that's the reason is I choose to have seal boxes versus port boxes. If you have only 2 enclosure and you want output, I think the port is very good. But when you have multiple woofers, you got 8 woofers and so far, it's not really necessary to have a poor box, based because you have the outputs right there. But on the seal enclosure, you will have quality sound, and that is my key. Based on using, a lot of people know BMW speakers are very famous of quality sound, and it's very good on the BMW. So when you're using BMW and you're using those subs and you put in uh, and a seal enclosure, it will em- emerge more the quality in the room. And based on how all the acoustic around here and the top and so far, that compression is not really necessary. Need to increase gain on the crossover or on the volume control, because it will work very nice and neat. So this is my project. Is the next time we're gonna do another video, I will show you how the speakers gonna look, how they sound, and also the front speakers they are still missing, which is the M1 from the front. Are still waiting. They're supposed to be yesterday, but they didn't come in. So let's see if I come today and we put it in. So pretty much, guys, this is what we have.